on, everybody? It's Jay Wilson, and today I want to talk to you about having one product that can do so many different things and make your life that much easier. Well, keeping aquariums that much easier, or anything to do with moving water that much easier. I'm talking about having a specific pump that does so many different things instead of having one for this, one for this, one for this, one for this, and spending a crazy amount of money on 4 or 5 different items when one can do the same thing. But this item can do 10 plus things. My goal out of this is to get you to understand that your pump, your Sicce Synchro silent pump, can do so many different things. And if I miss one, put it down in the comments and let me know. If this is your first time watching this video, welcome. For everybody else that's been here before, you know the same old shenanigans. Do me a solid, subscribe, leave the comment, and hit the notification bell. Now on with the Sicce Synchro Silent and Nano and its multiple different uses. Okay, so the Synchro Silent comes in a ton of different sizes, but I want to give you a little backstory about this bad boy. It's been around for almost a decade. Yeah, and there are other pumps that do something very similar, but they come and they go and they come and they go, and well, they never quite match up to the consistency, the warranty, and the build quality. The Synchro Silent is chased after in this industry. Even in our hobby, companies are trying to replicate what this can do. Have they been successful? In some cases, I would say yes. And then in other cases, guess who's still here? That's right, the Synchro Silent brand. So here's the deal. It's Italian made, it's 5-year warranty, and well, there's a ton of different sizes. And what I mean by sizes is flow rate. But the cool part is this same body style will hold 3 different flow rates. And within each one, as they come out of the box, you can dial the flow back or increase it. Yeah, it's that easy and it's that cool. But there is a catch that I want people to understand, because they'll be like, well, Jay, that's pretty much smoke and mirrors, bruh. Yeah, well, if you're gonna be using this as a return pump, which you can in, well, an all-in-one nano aquarium, you can use this in a sump. You can attach it to various other filtration or reactors that we'll talk about. But if you're using it in that application, well, then you're not gonna be able to disconnect it and use it in any other of its purposes that it could be intended for. But we're gonna talk about all of them, and then if you have more, like I said, leave that comment. So out of the box, this is what it will look like. Dial up, dial down. Now, the Sicce Synchro Nano is super tiny. Let me show you. Okay, with it being that tiny, we now have step up. We have the 0.5, we have the 1.0, and we have the 1.5. Then we also have the 2.0, the 2.5, and the 3.0. And then we have the 3.5, the 4.0, and the 5.0. So when we're looking at it, each size range, which is typically 3 numbers, will move it into a bigger body. So, Jay, shut up. We got the history. We know it's been around for almost a decade, and we know everybody's chasing after it, but what are the multiple uses? Well, let's talk about it. Pull it out of the box. If you want to use it as the return pump, boom. You can also drop this in a bucket and mix your salt if you have a saltwater aquarium. That's right. And then you can pull it out of your saltwater aquarium. You can use it inside your saltwater mixing tub, or put it back into your saltwater aquarium and then move water. You can also use this to drain water and do water changes. You can transfer water from one place to another, and you can utilize it to blow some stuff out of your hardscape. But how do I do that when it looks like this? Well, you pop that cage off, the flow regulator will come off, and now you're like, well, what is it doing? Well, inside the box, it comes with some attachments. Yeah, baby. So now you pop that in your aquarium like so. And you can utilize this to use directional flow. You can take it off, move it around the aquarium, blow up all the detritus and built up debris and poopies from your fish, Or you can utilize it in a saltwater aquarium for the flow, for specific corals, or in freshwater and saltwater for breeding, because maybe a specific fish needs flow. Well, why buy another filter or a power head when you can have this and use it temporarily to drain the aquarium, to fill the aquarium, to vacuum, to blow stuff out, and then pop it right back on with its suction cups. You can even put a sponge to do pre-filtration. This thing has so many different uses. Yeah, it's absolutely insane what this thing can do. Now, you may say, well, I've used a pump just like it. Well, you may have, but you didn't get that Sicce silent feel, the build quality, the silence. I just know you didn't. But that's what it does. Now, if you want to do your own attachments, you can, and it's as simple as that. The Sicce Silent does just about everything you could possibly want it to do, but I didn't give you 10. You can hook this up to a fluidized media bed. You can hook this up to a calcium reactor. You can hook this up to a protein skimmer. But wait, there's more. You don't even have to use this submerged. You can actually use this externally as well. So if you don't have the space or you're running that reactor, that DIY project, this will also run in an enclosed loop system. Yeah. Talk about versatility, that's what this does. So 10 plus uses for the Sicce Silent line. Whether you have a nano aquarium or you're rocking a 220 gallon plus aquarium, this pump, when not used in a static form, and what I mean by static form is, well, when you're not using it as a return pump or attached to a specific device to move media or as a reactor, it has other uses, from directional flow to blowing detritus to helping drain the aquarium, fill it back up, mixing salt. It's durable, it's got a 5-year warranty, and I don't know why you don't have one in your aquarium room. Because needless to say, this does everything you could possibly want it to do in your aquarium, and you only need one. Or if you're using it in that static form, 2. But that's it. Why have 5 different things to do 5 different items? It doesn't make sense to me. And as I've been in the industry, I've been in the hobby, I've realized that we can consolidate the amount of things that we have to declutter what we're doing, and it makes things less stressful, easier, and easier on the pocket. That's it. I appreciate you watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any ideas of videos you'd like to see, like moving aquariums from, Texas to Oklahoma to the new house, you'll see that. But if you have anything else you'd like to see, leave a comment. It'd be greatly appreciated. You know what's next. Holla! Well, I see you stayed for the ending. There is this weird thing in the world today that we have to listen or be influenced for whatever it is by somebody else. Guess what? You don't have to. You don't have to do what everybody else does. If you're doing something that is ethical and it is in the best interest of your family and it causes no harm to anybody else, then why can't you do it? There's so much darkness that happens in the world. There's so many things that could be misled or misconstrued or presented in a way that is very biased. And we don't have a lot of unbiased things that happen in the world today. So the only piece of advice I have for you, whether it's your child, it's you, it's your parent, it's your aunt, your uncle, your sister, even your dog, your cat, or your fish. Sometimes there will be darkness, and all you can do is be the light. If you've done wrong to something, fix it and make it right. If you don't feel a certain way or you are keeping things inside, you have to learn to let them out. But at the end of the day, as long as you are bringing light in the darkness that sometimes comes over in this world, then you are a positive to to all of the negatives. And if you want to be the darkness and you want to spew the negative and you want to push it everywhere, and that's what you want to do, you're going to find yourself in a miserable, miserable place. So just as I said on last week's live, wave. Even if they're not waving back. Smile when they're not smiling back, and say thank you, even when they don't say you're welcome. That's it. Turn the light on.